I'm Kiana Price Wade, and this is Round Roanoke, seen only on Cox 9. Spring is here and in the Star City. That means the festival season is in full swing. One of the most well-known events is Festival in the Park. Event Zone Executive Director Larry Landolt joins us now to fill us in on this year's edition. Thanks for stopping by, Larry.
Good to see you, Kiana.
So, what attractions can we expect this year?
Well, Festival in the Park, even though it's 43 years old, is going through a whole rebirth, if you will, metamorphosis. The daytime activities in particular. There's going to be a lot of, right now there's about 12 to 15 community collaborators this year that are going to be bringing in their creativity, their activities, and so on and so forth. So really, there'll be a lot more activity. The footprint of Festival in the Park, which has typically been the park,
right,
will be expanded to the streets. And we see in more and more activities just building to the point where our hope is that someday, very soon, we can close down all of downtown.
Ooh.
And just have activity going on all throughout the city. So yeah, it's really very exciting.
Taking over downtown, not quite yet.
We don't want to take it over, just want to borrow it for a weekend.
That sounds wonderful. Now, I know Cox is one of the sponsors of the concert series, and obviously the concert's a focal point of the festival. Who else are you bringing in this year?
Well, for all those Gin Blossom fans, they'll be happy to know that they'll be here Friday headlining. The Gin Blossom's great alternative pop rock band from the 90s who had some just great hits. It's the kind of band whose songs you hear and you go, who sings that? Oh, that's the Gin Blossoms, you know. Lee Brice is Saturday night, a great up-and-coming superstar in the country world, singer-songwriter, just was on Today Show yesterday, I believe.
Cool.
You know, so he'll be heading Saturday night with Mountain Heart, local. I don't know what you call Mountain Heart. They're kind of a bluegrass band on steroids. I mean, they'll do everything, you know, and it's they've taken bluegrass and that type of music to a whole nother level. And then on Sunday is Craig Morgan.
All right. So it sounds like a lot of hot entertainment coming to the area for this year's Festival of Park. What exactly is Event Zone's involvement when it comes to Festival of the Park?
Well, Event Zone, which is one of the things we should now refer to us as eventzone.org, because we are actually changing the branding of Event Zone for the very purpose to let folks know clearly that Event Zone is a nonprofit organization that runs a lot of the events in downtown, including Festival in the Park, the recently concluded St. Patrick's Day celebration, which was unbelievable.
Yes.
The BB&T's Party in the Park, which also starts in May. By the way, a little plug here. Robin Thompson and Steve Bassett back together again after many years to opening up Party in the Park on May 20, I believe it's 24th, Thursday. We also do a lot of other events, the Big League Blues Festival, and we have a very small, hardworking staff that puts all these things together, works with legions of volunteers. So we are the group that is responsible for much of the mayhem and fun that brings this community together.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because Festival of the Park, it gives back a lot of fun for the community, but the Festival Scholarship for the Arts has helped many local students. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, it was created many years ago. I'd say it's about 10, 11 years ago now by the Festival in the Park committee group, and as a way of giving back, in addition to obviously the fun and the economic impact of all that it does, the event, this was a way of supporting the arts. And since that period of time, I think it's about $130,000 now has been given as to help with tuition and other education costs for students who pursue an arts degree. And that used to be a little more restrictive. Now it's been broadened out. In other words, you don't have to major in arts of some variety. You can have a minor in arts. And if you go to eventzone.org, it'll lead you to information about if there's any parents out there looking for some funding to help their students. We award that at Festival in the Park, and where we make the announcements of those who receive it this year.
Fantastic. So it's a party with a purpose, certainly.
Yes, it actually is. And you know, Party in the Park is as well, where we give back to a lot of the nonprofits in the community that help us by providing volunteers. So yeah, we have a lot of fun, and we try to, you know, mix it up and always tweak things and whatnot, but But it's about building community. It's also about giving back to community.
Absolutely. Well, Larry, thank you for all that you do, and we can give our viewers all the information how they can learn more about Festival in the Park. Thank you.
Good to see you again.
You as well. And of course, you can learn all about the Festival in the Park and other events on the Cox Community Calendar coming up during the break. I'm Kiana Price Wade, and you're watching Round Roanoke on Cox 9.